A fight between Will Smith and Chris Rock would almost certainly sell out any venue in the world. These two men were the talk of the media earlier this year because of what happened at the Oscars. Who would come out on top if these two got into a real fight? You want to find out? Then stay tuned. During the Oscars award, Will Smith slapped Chris Rock. This came as a shock to everyone. This occurred after Rock made an appearance on stage to present the Academy Award for Best Documentary Feature, and he then made a joke about Will Smith's wife, Jada Pinkett Smith, being in G.I. Jane 2 because of her shaved head. Will Smith then stepped onto the stage and smacked Rock across the face shortly after the comment. After slapping Rock, Smith walked back and used expletives saying, "Keep my wife's name out of your mouth." The internet was flooded with memes that compared Smith's slap to the iconic meme of Batman slapping Robin. On Twitter, users used the "What Just Happened" hashtag to react to the moment, bringing together the most popular memes on the platform. What would have happened if Chris Rock hadn't exercised as much restraint and instead fought back? What if they were to resolve their disagreement inside a cage under the unified rules of boxing or MMA or even a street fight? These questions actually have a lot more depth than one would expect, so let's take a closer look. Let's do a quick introduction of both of these men before we get into their capabilities when it comes to actual physical combat. Christopher Julius Rock is a stand-up comedian, actor, and filmmaker who hails from the United States. In recognition of his achievements in the comedic film, television, and stage industries, he's been honored with a number of awards, including 3 Grammy Awards for the Best Comedy Album, 4 Primetime Emmy Awards, and a nomination for the Golden Globe Award. He's also well known. On the list of 100 greatest stand-ups of all time that Comedy Central compiled, Rock placed 5th. In addition, Rolling Stone magazine named him the 5th best stand-up comedian of all time. Will Smith is an American actor, rapper, and producer who is also known as the Fresh Prince. He got his start in the entertainment industry by starring in the NBC sitcom The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air as a fictionalized version of himself. Smith, who is well known for his contributions to the film, television, and music industries, has won a number of awards for his work, including an Academy Award and 4 Grammys. Height, weight, and martial arts skills. Chris Rock, who is 57 years old, weighs 168 pounds, equivalent to 76 kilograms, and has a height of 5 feet 10 inches, which is equivalent to 1.78 meters. Will Smith, who is 53 years old, has a height of 6 feet 2 inches, equivalent to 1.88 meters, and weighs about 200 pounds, which is equivalent to 91 kilos. Chris does not possess even the most basic knowledge of martial arts, and there's no record that he's ever engaged in a fistfight with another person. When Smith smacked him, we anticipated that some strikes and punches would be thrown down, but Chris remained cool throughout the entire incident. On the other hand, the so-called Fresh Prince has participated in a significant amount of physical combat training. Smith is not a fighter by any measure of the imagination, but throughout the course of his long and illustrious career, he's had to have picked up a few tricks here and there. It requires one to be in their physical prime in order to play in roles that he took in movies such as Ali, Suicide Squad, and I Am Legend. For Smith to act as the most accomplished athlete in the 20th century as Muhammad Ali, he put himself through rigorous training. Hollywood-based mentor and life coach Daryl Foster revealed that he got Smith in shape by employing the time-tested methods of endurance training paired with boxing-based cardio. He went into detail about how he took Smith to his absolute breaking point in order to get the greatest possible results. The ex-professional boxer said, "I took Will up to 10,000 feet in Aspen, Colorado, so he could understand what it felt like to experience oxygen deprivation, in order to correlate it to how Ali felt in the 14th round with Joe Frazier, and how it feels to actually not be able to breathe and you've still got to keep fighting. I made Will run and throw punches. He fell to his knees and I made him write Ali's name in the snow. And he said, 'Now I get it.'" It's clear from this that Will Smith had a high level of skill when it came to boxing. Imagine constantly working out for 2 years. That's a huge amount of time. In the event that Rock and Smith engage in a boxing battle, there's a good chance that Smith will emerge victorious. Boxing requires a certain level of technical skill. And in order for Chris to defeat Smith, he will unquestionably need to put in a significant amount of time honing his boxing skills. What about MMA? In contrast to boxing, which permits only punches such as jabs and uppercuts, mixed martial arts combat permits various types of attacks. Elbows, knees, kicks, and spinning back fists are some of the strikes that are permitted in MMA. MMA competitors can draw from a wide range of fighting philosophies and techniques, including karate, Muay Thai, and Taekwondo. You're mistaken if you believe that having good boxing skills can help you win in the octagon. Who has greater mixed martial arts skills? Smith has had some experience training in MMA. In 2021, he worked with John Kavanagh, Conor McGregor's MMA coach. John Kavanagh remarked that he was very impressed with Smith's abilities. What about Chris? He doesn't have any MMA skills. Who will come out on top if these two fight inside the octagon? You might be under the impression that Smith will have a little trouble winning, but you couldn't be more wrong. Chris still has a chance to win over Smith, despite the fact that Smith is skilled in boxing and mixed martial arts. When it comes to mixed martial arts, it goes beyond skill. A lot depends on techniques and tactics. You have to size up whether a fight will be a ground or standing fight. Because Smith is such a skilled boxer, there's a good chance that he will choose to engage in a standing fight. It's highly possible that all he will have in mind is to throw a few punches in Chris's direction. Chris can take advantage of this by learning some sparring and striking techniques. If he's able to master these, then he'll have a greater chance of beating the man who slapped him while the universe was watching. That would be a sweet payback. When it comes to mixed martial arts, there's only one thing that can be said with absolute certainty. You never know what to expect. As soon as the competitors enter the cage, you know you're in for a matchup full of surprises. Wildly varied styles of fighting, such as kickboxing, wrestling, and karate, as well as good old-fashioned street fighting techniques. Who do you think would come on top if these two got into a street fight? In this scenario, neither Chris nor Smith has any expertise or knowledge of the street fighting style, which suggests that neither of the men has an advantage over the other in this regard. The reality about street fighting is that to employ these practical tactics, you do not need to be a martial arts expert or learn mixed martial arts. Both of these things are not required. As a matter of fact, if you're reasonably intelligent and have a fraction of strength and coordination, you can apply several of these techniques in a real-world self-defense situation. A common skill that Chris can use to his advantage is called a headbutt. This doesn't require any special training. He can weaken his opponent with a good butt to the head, and Chris can use this to his advantage. Learning how to fight on the street can be accomplished in a relatively short amount of time. Therefore, the winner of a street battle will be whoever among them has done the best job of preparing for it. Will Smith and Chris Rock can put an end to their issues once and for all by engaging in a fight that is officially sanctioned, which would also result in a generation of countless millions of dollars. They only need to step into any form of cage or ring, don some gloves, and go at it for 3 rounds in order to fulfill the requirements. There's no doubt that a fight between these two would be an amazing event to witness. Now, over to you. Who do you think will win physical combat between Will Smith and Chris Rock? Who would you bet your money on? Let us know in the comments section below. Also, let us know who you would love to see us talk about in our upcoming videos. Hey, and that's all for today. Thanks for staying tuned. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and notification bell so that you can always watch more amazing videos like this. And until next time, peace.